Hello. So, welcome to something new. So, just for everyone in the room, there is a handful of us in the room. There's also people watching online, so that's why we've started promptly. That's unlike us, isn't it? Because normally, this is just me and Roz. And today is the first time for how many months?
Oh gosh, I dread to think, 8 at least.
That we've been able to do this. And this is our new model for a bit. We're going to try this for a while and review and see how it's going. So every Friday at 11 a.m, we're doing choir in person here in Linden, and you can live stream from either Facebook, YouTube, or a Zoom call, so that we blend everything that's been great about people being able to access everything we do at home, but at the same time, those of us that are able to come in person get the joy of being in the same room. It's amazing to be in the same room and sing together.
It is.
So it is a bit different, but it's singing as normal. Other than that, just forget that there's that happening, and we'll enjoy.
Hurrah.
Right, Roz, what should we start with?
Well, do you know what? I suddenly realised that when I sent you that list yesterday, I never sent you the warm-up list, did I?
I know.
What am I like?
Shall we Bonnie it?
Yeah, why not? Because I think we can just about trot through that without words, can't we, I think,
Yes.
don't you? Here we go. So a little bit of Bonnie, follow our Helen, by the way.
So arms up on a B, arms down on a B, and who knows what else. Or you can be like some of our members do, they just hedge your bets and do that every time.
No, absolutely. No, well, at least you're right half the time.
Pat your head and rub your stomach. That would make it even more complicated. Right, let's get warmed up. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. So bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. So bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me.
I think we'll have one verse of Daisy, just for you.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due. I'm half crazy over the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle made for two.
Oh, come on, let's do one.
Daisy, Daisy, here is your answer due. I'm half crazy over the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle made for two. Hooray!
Now, I have to say, this is sounding ever so lovely, this keyboard,
I
because
heard yours is in Keyboard Hospital.
Keyboard Hospital it is, took it to Porthcawl, to
Aw.
Keyboard Hospital, so it's there for a week.
A week?
Yes, it's going to have its operation this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's going to have its innards replaced.
Oh gosh, a full transplant.
Yes, it is.
Full organ
Yeah.
transplant.
Yeah, but when the bloke saw it, he said, it's not in bad nick, is it? I don't know until you play it, mate. And then that's when it goes wrong. And then, of course, on the way back, because we were in Porthcawl, on the way back from sunny Porthcawl, Fionn and I called in at Margam Park to a place called Go Ape, with
Yes.
which you are familiar, aren't you?
So this time, 2 days ago,
Yeah.
Ros was hanging 50 feet.
I
She
did,
did.
yeah.
Are you proud? She did it.
I'm afraid of a lot of things, mainly people. But I'm not actually afraid of heights or speed. I'm quite afraid of falling, but not actually the height.
Okay.
So it was...
She did it
Yeah,
all.
that didn't bother me at all.
Me and Mum went, but we stayed on the ground and
Yes.
waved encouragingly.
Well, you know, Helen and I were talking about it this morning. She made an interesting point that tunnel is held together with gaffer tape.
It is.
Yes, underneath. I know. But actually, once you realise that you are always attached, because that's what they say to you, always stay attached. So you put the hooks on and blah, blah, blah. And I've never done anything like abseiling or stuff like that, because when you're a musician, nobody encourages you to do like exciting things. Yeah, they just kind of go and be boring and geekish and practice in that room. So I never did like abseiling or anything.
You do extreme sports.
No extreme sports, absolutely. They were always too worried about you breaking something. So, it's the first time I'd done it. And actually, after the first one, I said to the guy, am I doing this? Is this right? Have I done the right thing? Yeah. And he said, yeah, that's fine. Hold on to the blue one and just sit down and go. And I was like, oh yeah, because actually, even if something goes horribly wrong,
You're fully attached.
I'm just going to dangle.
Yes. I know.
And there's one, right? This is the one that I couldn't do. You actually sit as though you're on a zip wire and you pull yourself along. And it's quite difficult to get your head around it. So you're just sitting there and pulling yourself along, 50, 60, 70 foot up or whatever, and it's absolutely fine because you know you're safe. But the woman behind me actually let go of the rope and forgot and was actually
Just
dangling
dangling
in
like
midair
a beetle.
and absolutely wetting herself
dear.
laughing. She
Oh,
honestly
no.
thought it was hysterical.
I would be that person that does the zip wire and then bounces back and just dangles in the middle. And it's just like, help me. That would be me.
Oh, no, the speed you hit the ground, you're not going to bounce back.
No. Just trees. Yeah.
No, I'm going to jump off a cliff, Mum.
Oh dear.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
Rescue you.
Yeah, but it was absolutely fine. It was absolutely fine. I didn't mind it at all. So I suppose that's what they call the bucket list, isn't it?
I guess so.
Yeah. You tick it off, yeah.
It's not on my bucket list.
No, it wasn't on mine. I don't believe in bucket lists
No, I
anyway.
don't.
I think you just keep doing things. But if you're going to do something. Right, should we start with a song?
Let's. We're
Here we
starting with
go.
one of my favourites.
It's Helen's big number for her getting rid of her guests at parties. I'm joking. That was her joke. Right, here we go. Let us do a bit of I Think You're My World. Here we go. You're my world, you're every breath I take. You're my world, you're every move I make. Other eyes see the stars up in the skies, but for me they shine within your eyes as the trees reach for the sun above. So my arms reach out to you for love. With your hand resting in mine, I feel a power so divine. You're my world, got a bit of a world theme in these first few.
Oh, yeah.
With your hand resting in mine, I feel a power so divine. Lord, my world, you are my night and day. You're my world, you're everywhere I pray. If our love ceases to be, then it's the end of my world, end of my world, end of my world for me.
Big finish.
I don't know though. You and Andy say you don't like heights and stuff like that. I think you're being a bit of a dark horse because you do jump off harbours.
Yeah, well, no. Even that, like, the kids all do it, and then maybe, like, once I'll throw myself in, hate it, and not do it again.
Yeah, but look, hey, now, how cool is that you hate it, but you still do it for the love of your
Just the
children?
once,
Yes,
maybe.
exactly. Okay, I said a bit of a world theme going on. It's top of the world just for our Helen. Such a feeling's coming over me. There is wonder in most everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, but the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream. Everything I want the world to be is now coming true, especially for me. And the reason is clear, it's because you are here. You're the nearest thing to heaven that I've seen. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. Something in the wind has learned my name, and it's telling me the things that aren't the same. In the leaves on the trees and the touch of the breeze, there's a pleasing sense of happiness for me. There is only one wish on my mind. When this day is through, I hope that I will find that tomorrow will be just the same for you and me. All I need will be mine if you are here. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. Fantastic. So, do you see what I did there? World.
I did.
See?
Lots of worlds.
Nothing left to chance.
I think there's room for one more.
Do you reckon? Wonderful world.
going?
Yeah, just run out. Hey.
Oh, I love that song.
Okay. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely. I couldn't even tell you who. I found very, very loud in my head. I couldn't even tell you who wrote it. It wasn't Satchmo, but it was sung by him, of course, Louis Armstrong. I'll leave this up to democratic process. We're going to do Calon Lan, but which tune would you like, everybody?
Have you got a favourite Calon Lan tune? Do you want the Rose or traditional? The Rose? We good with the Rose? We'll do that.
The Rose.
Is that okay?
We're on. We've left you. You've lost your...
Oh, they've left.
It's all right, Helen lost her section. I think, do you know what? I think we're all entitled to moments. Definitely, particularly after the last however many months. It's been a very emotional experience, hasn't it? Coming back together. Even, in fact, when we had our lovely visit from Tonya Antoniazzi last fortnight, or fortnight
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yes. She was inconsolable.
She was.
She was. She really was moved. It is very moving, coming back and singing together. You know, lots of things going on, haven't there?
We're grateful for it.
Right, would you like to just fill for a minute while I faff with the keyboard? Sorry, did I say faff? What I actually meant was do something clever and technical. But in my world, it's called faffing. Is that?
Faffing does always work.
Multi-purpose. If Andy was standing next to me, he'd go, it's that one, dear, it's that one.
How shall I feel? I could do a tap dance.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to maybe... Tapping is great and always appropriate, but I didn't know if you wanted to maybe mention how things are going to work in the next couple of weeks or something.
Yeah, so feedback halfway through this would be good. How are you finding the volume? Is it too loud in the room now? Are you okay?
No,
good.
Okay, good.
Because it's trying to make it be recordable and then good in the room. Okay,
Yes,
that's good. So loud is good.
Yes.
Excellent. Let us know how it is at home. If you're on Zoom or on YouTube or Facebook, and let us know how the sound is and if you can see. So as you can see, the words are just a little doubler because it's at the bottom of the screen for people who are watching online. So, my mum had to point out the fact when I was oohing, I do still actually need to do the word. I'm not very good at multitasking.
Oh, I think you can. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Ron. What I've always said, actually. So Ron agrees, so I must be right.
I know. This whole experience has had to push me out of my comfort zone with singing, hasn't it?
Well, I think, and me with technology.
And you with technology. So I was comfortable with technology. You were obviously a professional singer.
Well.
We both had to stretch.
Yes, indeed. I even had to change.
I like the glasses, Ros.
Oh, well, do you know what? It's because, do you remember when I was, remember I said when I had measles when I was little?
Yes.
I ended up with a turn in my eye, like Blakey off on the buses, right in, it was like that. So I was a patch kid, yeah. I was like, the National Health glasses and a patch with a strip of micropore across it, that was me.
I bet you rocked it.
I rocked it like not at all, no teeth, right, because I was about 4 or 5, no teeth, patch, lush.
Classic.
Not unlike today, actually. So when I'm very, very tired, my eye starts going in again. And so these are like they're like 0.5 or something, and all they do is they stop my wonky eye going in when I'm absolutely shattered, which is what I am at the moment. I'm absolutely shattered. So, but it's good. It's good. It's work shatteredness,
yes.
You know what I mean? Yes, exactly. It's fantastic. So, yes, so I can do this, and then I can actually see only one of you, which is interesting, because when I do that, I can see about 7. And you are a vision in yellow, but it does confuse me which one I should actually be focusing on. Right, this is a request. Did you do that on purpose, by the way?
What?
Did you match the screen on purpose?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Say
but look,
yes.
I have, haven't I?
Say.
Yes. High
Yes.
contrast is good for visibility.
Yes,
I'm the living
exactly.
embodiment of that.
Very good. So this is a request yesterday, but I didn't get it in time yesterday, for You'll Never Walk Along. I'll never walk along. Try again.
You'll never walk alone.
You'll never walk again. You'll never walk alone is what I'm trying to say, alone, which was, of course, made very, very famous by Jerry Marsden, who was one of the stars we lost during lockdown, but unrelated, but he did happen to pass away. Yeah, not so long ago. So Jerry Marsden
We'll see.
is your era. I think he was all our eras, though, because we all knew You'll Never
this
Walk
song
Alone, definitely.
was the Liverpool disaster,
definitely.
wasn't it? So I know
well,
it from
just
that.
the Liverpool anthem, actually. Yeah. So, yes. And, of course, it was actually originally from a Rodgers and Hammerstein film called Carousel, which I refused to watch because it's too sad. Oh. So it's very sad.
I don't think I've ever watched Carousel.
I've never seen Titanic because I know the end, and I've never seen Carousel either. I don't want to put myself through it. No, I'm sorry.
You know it doesn't end well in Titanic.
I don't mind a bit of a sad moment in a film, so long as there's a happy ending.
Oh,
you know
I sobbed and sobbed and sobbed when I watched Titanic for the first time. I cried all the way home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really did.
Well, I remember going to see when I must have been at college, and the girls decided they were going to drag me to the cinema on my night off and they made me go and watch a film called Indecent Proposal with
Sharon Stone. Yeah.
No,
not that one.
Yes. So. It was the one with Demi Moore and Robert Redford and Woody Harrelson.
Oh, I'm thinking,
where he offers to buy his wife from him, and Woody Harrelson needs the money, and it's really, really sad. And at the end, I turned round, and they were all kind of like really soggy, because they'd all been weeping all the way through, and I thought, and I just said, well, that was absolutely ludicrous. I wish they hadn't actually bothered making that film. It was ridiculous, and how awful to make somebody make that choice. So after that day, I went, no more sad songs, only no more sad films, movies. Only happy films. Right, here we go. When you walk through a storm, when you walk, it's very low because it goes very high at the end.
It goes high.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the request from Elaine.
Very nice.
Yes.
I like that tune.
But I didn't get it in time, so I don't know if she's coming this afternoon, but if not, I'm sure she's on Zoom, because she's been one of the most
Regulars.
tenacious and loyal people on Zoom. So she and Brian and Carol. So I'm sure she's here this morning. Right, let's see what's next. Because I have Wedi Anghofio.
I believe.
I believe. Here we go. Oh, let's put it back. Excuse me, just faff in a minute again. I'll unfaff.
Time for another tap dance.
Yeah.
If only I could tap dance.
See? But you can do everything, honestly.
Shuffle, ball change. I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I suppose it is.
biggest auditorium yet. Yeah.
It was. It's because I had two really lovely events, singing events, real live singing events last weekend. Yeah. So first of all, we did a Come and Sing Messiah in Penclouth on Saturday, and the weather was absolutely extraordinarily brilliant, and the neighbours loved it. They were all out in their gardens with their gins and tonic on at 3:30 on Saturday afternoon. So yeah, there were about 50 people came and sang, and then some people bought picnics. So that was lovely. They'd never sung together before, and at some points it sounded like it. I'm joking. If anybody's watching now, it was really lovely. It was really lovely. Honestly, it was fab. And then Sunday night was an opera supper in Llantrisant, up by the castle, by Guildhall, which is an old, lovely building that my friend has renovated. And again, people bought picnics and
civilised
and
culture.
Prosecco. Yeah, absolutely. So that's why I was in my camper van on Monday morning, because we'd stayed overnight, and I didn't mention this to anybody. We stayed in Castle Green, and my friend who organised the event, he's a very clever chap, and he writes lots of books on historical books, on Rhondda and male voice choirs and so on. And one he's actually written is on the witches, the ghosts of Llantrisant who live on that spot. So I thought to myself, right, if I hear anything in the night, what's going to happen if I need the loo? Do I go out and face, having to deal with some spectre? Yeah. So anyway, about 4 o'clock, I thought, yes, right, I better go. And then Fionn woke up. She went outside, because we've got a little portable toilet, so she went outside, and she came, and she standing by the van door, and she went, "Oh, hello." I went, "Are you okay?" And she went, "Yeah, have you got a torch? Can you pass me my head torch, please?" So I passed her a head torch. She put it on, and it was a little polecat, but she was talking to this polecat because she didn't know what it was, and she didn't know if it was a fox or whatever, and obviously ran out in front of her. "Oh, hello," and I was like,
Oh, okay. Not like the ghost.
Fine, absolutely fine. I mean, I always say you've got much more to be worried about people who are still alive than people who've passed away. I don't think you've got to worry about ghosts too much. But
No.
For that one moment, I was like, oh, okay.
This is your moment.
What have we got here then? Yes, it's just a little voice. Oh, hello. And I thought, right, okay, let us have a little bit of. Anybody who needs a bit of vibe, you leave? Here it comes. I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. Right then, let us crack straight on. Oh, yes. Well, I had a little moment of doing some colours, you see, because we've got bluebirds, and then we've got Black Hills of Dakota and the green grass at home, so I did a little bit of colour association. Okay. Have we got any volunteers for the talky bit in green grass at home?
Who wants to be Tom?
Or shall I do my Windsor Davis?
Do your Windsor Davis.
No. Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll just sing it. We'll sing that verse, okay, that's normally spoken.
We need Liz Hughes back, don't we? We need Liz Hughes back.
Papa.
I've got a dodgy clicker.
Right, I think the next one's on our backing track because it's That's Amore. And it frees up my arms then, see?
I need to have a good talking to this clicker.
Do we need
Will
new
you work
batteries?
consistently? And when I click you, yes.
Here we go. We're ready. Thanks, Anne.
Pizza pie, that's amore.
Now it's like,
When the world seems to shine and you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, sing-a-ling-a-ling, sing-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. Lucky fella. When the stars make you swoon, just like pasta calzone, that's amore. When you dance on the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusami, but you see back in old Napolina's amore. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. Lucky fella. When the stars make you drool, just like pasta calzone, that's amore. That's amore. When you dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusami, but you see back in old Napoli, that's amore. That's amore. That's amore.
it's very funny actually, because you know we were talking about me going to Go Ape and whatever, and I must admit I hadn't given it much thought, which perhaps was a good thing, because I didn't realise quite how high off the ground it was, right? And I got there and I thought, oh, okay, that's higher than I thought. That's okay. That's
And it gets
fine.
higher and higher
It
as
gets
you go
higher
along.
and higher, yeah. And the last, I think the last zip line is something like
Super long.
40 metres or something like that. But I couldn't go forward on the zip line. And I had visions of, like, you know, like cartoons where they go into a tree and kind of go, doof, nee, and then slide down. I thought that was going to be me, right? I will be the first person to ever hit a tree and go ape, right? But, no, what was I going to say? The other thing that the guy said, when we came down, he said, oh, you survived then, well done. I was like, yeah, it was fine, you know. And he went, it's dry, of course. And I thought to myself, yeah, can you imagine doing it when it's raining and it's slippery? Can you imagine how many people come a cropper with that? Oh, dear me. And then you get your harness right well, you don't want to talk about what happens when you thought.
Certainly help with the descant.
Yes, absolutely. Anybody who's ever been in panto will be able to empathise with that. Won't anybody who's ever worn a harness in panto?
We went to a panto once where the person got stuck in a harness and they were just dangling, but they carried on regardless below.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah. They were just there,
Just hanging
swinging around, waiting for someone to hoik them off.
Oh, I love it when things go wrong on stage. Let me not even go down that road. I'm putting it in my memoirs. That's all I'm going to say. I do remember once, actually, when we had just gone into, when WNO had just gone into the Millennium Centre, and we were doing a Tchaikovsky opera called Queen of Spades, which, if you ever get a chance, go and see it. It's fun. I don't ever tell anybody to go and see opera, but it is brilliant because it's about this man who befriends an elderly woman with a lot of money because he pretends he's in love with her so that she will tell him the secret of the cards. And of course, she dies in the middle of it. She's this elderly baroness. And she comes back to haunt him. And the way it was done on stage was the chap who was a Russian was put up in bed, so it was like we were looking down on bed. And then suddenly, over the sheets, came the skeleton and put her arm around him in bed. It was absolutely fantastic. It was brilliant. Richard Jones. Anyway, that was the story. And went to see it. And the chap was supposed to be being chased by the ghost. Oh, I'm talking a lot about ghosts today, sorry. The ghost
It's
of
not
the
even Halloween yet. We saved
I
these
know,
for October.
the elderly baroness. And he lost his footing and he fell off the stage backwards.
Into
And
the
it's-
orchestra pit.
Well, luckily it was a stage piano, so there was no orchestra there, and so he didn't end up on a disgruntled clarinetist head. And there was a safety net there, but I've never seen the men in the chorus move so quickly because they literally, because I suppose the orchestra pit is about as high as this ceiling from the stage to the floor. And I've never seen, and they just put their hands down, and he'd sort of caught himself on a bit of the safety netting, and they just pulled him up, and he just reappeared.
Carried on
as if-
seamless.
and carried on.
That's professionalism.
It's like, did I imagine that?
Without missing a beat. That's a professional, that is,
Yeah,
isn't
absolutely.
it?
And we were like, are you okay, Vladimir, or whatever his name is? Are you all right? Yuri, that's right. Are you okay, Yuri? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. Wow, okay. There you go. Right. Shall we do a bit of Amarillo?
Let's.
Fantastic. How's your clicker?
I've given the job to someone
Okay,
else
okay.
because this clicker's sacked.
Sha la 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 la. Hey, hey. Sha la 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 la. Hey, hey. Sha la 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 la. When the day is dawning on a Texas Sunday morning, how I long to be there.
Rosa's Fitbit thinks she just went for a 2-mile run.
Yeah, do you know what? Have I remembered to put it on? No, I have not. I'll have
No-
to, do you know,
No steps.
there's got to be a way, hasn't there? There must be a way, surely, of like, you know, putting it in afterwards, a bit like when you forget your club card.
Yes.
Yeah, and you ring the webs.
Take the receipt.
And you ring the website. No. It was hilarious. And all of a sudden he was gone.
I should get that clip to show everyone.
Oh, and I love the way, you know, that's us as a nation, isn't it? That's us. It was very
Such
funny.
fun.
Okay, 10 points if you can tell me why I put amarillo. Amarillo.
Because it's colour. Yellow.
Yeah.
Yay!
10 points. I was saying, because we did a little few songs with colour, and I'm glad you didn't shout the answer out, because you could have cheated, you two. Because I said, why did I put that in the colour section? And she said, because it's a yellow. She remembered. Brilliant. Let's have a bit of Alderie. More walking.
I love to go a-wandering along the mountain track, and as I go, I love to sing my knapsack on my back. Valdrie, Valdroit, Valdrie, Valdroit, Valdroit, my knapsack on my back. I love to wander by the stream that dances in the sand, so joyously it calls to me, come join my happy soul. Valdrie, Valdroit, Valdrie, Valdroit, Valdroit, come join my happy soul. I'm slide high. I wave my hat to all I meet, and they wave back to me. And blackbirds chorus loud and sweet from every greenwood tree. Valdrie, Valdroit, Valdrie, Valdroit, Valdroit, from every greenwood tree. Valdrie, Valdroit, Valdrie, Valdroit, Valdroit, my knapsack on my back.
Too soon, too soon.
That's just me being totally self-indulgent. You were completely right there. Right, put me right in my place. Excellent. Oh, thank you, Andy.
Yes, thanks to the tech team at the back. That is just one person, Andy. And so anyone that joined at home, I hope that was good. Let us know how that was, if the sound was okay, and you could see the words and sort of the clicker thing will... Yes. Is it nice to be back in the room? Yeah. So encouraging to anyone who wants to come back in person, there is space in this room for you if you can get here. So 11 o'clock next Friday or 1 o'clock next Friday, you'll be very, very welcome to come and sing. So we're nice and spaced and it's, you know, safe and so on, as much as we can make it. Yes. Yes. I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture. Or you can see it now if you're watching here. So yeah, there's lots of space for people that are understandably cautious. So yeah. And you get a cup of tea, and my mum will make you a homemade cake and everything. So yeah, and obviously for people that either live too far away or just aren't, you know, there yet, or transport's difficult, then Zoom is still there, and the Facebook and YouTube options. So hopefully we're going to keep going like this for a bit. So see what happens next.
And I'll be back on Mondays and Wednesdays for the time being, because obviously we're seeing a lot more of each other. Nobody wants to see my face every day. So Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Friday in person for the time being.
For the time being. And hopefully in October we'll start a Tuesday choir back in. Or it might not be Tuesday.
No.
What was our Tuesday choir in Mount Sutton, we're hoping to start again in October, but it might not be a Tuesday. We're finding a time that works
Yeah.
with the play group.
We'll make it work.
We
We'll make
will.
it work.
Right, thanks. Bye.
Brilliant. Thanks, everyone.
Right.
See you Monday. Bye.